Вон, пошел. Охуеть. Вот это рахат, я ебать не хотел.
We reported in the previous video that a huge number of Russian soldiers who entered the center of Pokrovsk were decimated, and an entire column was destroyed while trying to breach into the city under the cover of fog. Now soldiers of the 425th Skelya Assault Regiment are setting up blockades and carrying out assault operations against Russian occupiers in Pokrovsk. This was reported in a video by the 425th Skelya Assault Regiment, published by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Ukrainian assault teams and reinforcement units are actively working in the city to stop the enemy's advance and secure key positions. It is reported that soldiers of the 1st Assault Battalion of the Skelya Regiment have cleared a fortified Russian stronghold in the northern part of the city and secured an important route into Pokrovsk. At the same time, Ukrainian assault groups are operating in the area of the railway to link up the existing defensive lines in this sector. The regiment's assault troops are also clearing out Russian invaders' positions in the western part of the city and around the settlement's entrance. It is reported that in an administrative building in the center of Pokrovsk, the regiment's soldiers are holding their positions, repelling constant enemy assaults. In addition, the defenders continue assault operations in the northern part of the city. It is reported that in small arms battles, between 20 and 50 soldiers of the Russian army are destroyed daily. A video was released yesterday, showing small assault groups from the Skelya Regiment clearing streets in Pokrovsk. The soldiers are pushing Russian invaders out of buildings, coordinating their actions with drone operators. According to the General Staff, over the past 24 hours, Ukrainian defenders have stopped 81 enemy attacks in the Pokrovsk direction. Fighting is ongoing in the areas of the settlements of Shakov, Mayak, Novo-Ekonomichny, Novi Shakov, Rodinska, Chervony Lyman, Mirnorod, Novohrodivka, Zeline, Kotline, Udachne, Molodetske, Novomykolaivka, Filia, Dakhny, and in the direction of Novopavlivka. While Ukrainian President Zelensky is regularly visiting hotspots on the front, Putin is hiding in his bunkers. But there is more. Putin had clones of his offices built and is hiding in the Valdai forests, surrounded by 14 air defense systems, according to journalists from the investigative project Sistema, RFE/RL's Russian investigative unit, who analyzed thousands of official video recordings from recent years to conceal Putin's true whereabouts. At least 3 identical offices were built for him in different residences. The researchers found that the offices are nearly indistinguishable, but small details give them away. The shape of the door handles, decorative elements on the walls, the type of stationery, and subtle differences in the interior finish. Information about the construction of these rooms was also found in government procurement documents and data from Kremlin pool reporters. Mentions of clone offices had appeared earlier, but until now they were based only on reports from anonymous sources. According to the investigation, Putin has at least 3 nearly identical offices, in Novo-Ogaryovo, in Valdai, and in Sochi. All are decorated in the same beige color scheme and furnished with similar minimalist wooden furniture. The design is intentionally austere. Light-colored walls, simple decor, and nothing superfluous. Pentagon analysts have previously noted that Putin prefers to work in an unchanging, stable environment, something often linked to his need for control and a sense of security. The Kremlin website falsifies the locations of these rooms. For example, on March 28, 2018, Putin held a meeting with government members on the tragedy at Kemerovo's Winter Cherry Mall. The Kremlin's website claimed the event took place in Novo-Ogaryovo, but journalists established that officials were in fact transferred to the Valdai residence, where an exact replica of the Moscow region office had been built. This was just one of several cases when the Kremlin disguised Putin's true whereabouts. Such clone offices solved security concerns after the start of the war against Ukraine, amid regular drone attacks. Since early 2025, Putin has almost stopped using his Novo Ogaryovo office and rarely appears in Sochi. Out of 30 public appearances in the beige office between January and September 2025, 29 were recorded in the Valdai clone. That site is the most heavily protected, surrounded by 14 air defense systems, including 13 Pantsir complexes, according to Russian media reports. The warriors from the Apache unit continue to destroy enemy heavy equipment in the Seversk direction. They struck 3 tanks, 2 guns, an artillery ammunition depot, and enemy shelters. The Apache unit is a small, highly mobile formation built around rapid assault tactics and unmanned systems expertise. Its core consists of seasoned frontline fighters paired with specialist FPV pilots, electronic warfare operators, and forward observers, allowing the unit to find, fix, and strike targets in tight windows of opportunity. Apache emphasizes autonomy at the squad level, decentralized command, and rapid decision cycles so that small teams can act on fleeting intelligence without waiting for higher approval. They prioritize stealthy approach routes, night and low-visibility operations, and battlefield improvisation, often fabricating and adapting tools and munitions to suit mission needs. The Seversk direction is a demanding tactical environment of rolling agricultural plains, interspersed with woods, ridgelines, and a network of narrow roads that funnel movement and complicate logistics. A hit on Russian soldiers in the Kursk region.
Вон, пошел. Вот это рахаты, я ебать не хотел.
Secretary of State Rubio says the U.S. has nearly exhausted its options for new sanctions against Russia. There's almost nothing left to sanction. We've already hit their largest oil companies, he said. The focus now shifts to enforcing existing sanctions and targeting Russia's shadow fleet. Rubio added that Moscow aims to seize the rest of Donbass and cripple Ukraine's energy grid to break civilian morale.
To what extent did that come up, like to further strengthen?
Well, there's not a lot left to sanction from our part. I mean, we hit their major oil companies, which is what everybody's been asking for. Obviously, those have to be implemented, and it'll take some time to begin to feel it. But you know, I mean, I don't know what more there is to do. I mean, we're running out of things to sanction in that regard. Well, Shadow Fleet is an enforcement mechanism, and obviously sanctions have to be enforced. So, you know, we don't put sanctions and then not enforce them. We're interested in enforcing them as well. So, but that's more of an enforcement matter. And Shadow Fleet has come up because I do think there are things that the Europeans can do on Shadow Fleet, since a lot of these are happening in areas much closer to them.
Meanwhile, Peskov puts his hope with Trump.
We're sorry that we're not as fast as we would desire, and we're ready to go as fast as American side is ready. We have to improve our bilateral relations. We have to open new possibilities for trade and economic cooperation. We have a very, very brilliant horizons waiting ahead, and we're losing time. We're losing money. We're losing profits. This is what we do, and of course, we sincerely hope that President Trump is still willing to contribute in political and diplomatic settlement of Ukraine problem.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comments section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.